Hey everybody, it's CJ. How are you? I'm here to do the weekend reading for the 15th and the 16th of April. Happy Passover, happy Easter, happy weekend, all of the above. Hope you're all doing well. We're going to pull the theme for the weekend from our Oracle Crows. Let's see what they want to say. This week it was the Crows, and they gave us some interesting energy this week, didn't they? Thank you. Warning. Oh gosh, please not again. Warning came out on Thursday. I don't know if any of you saw it, but it was a definite, it was a vibe, that's for sure. And then yesterday with release and anomaly, I was like, oh, okay, well, perhaps the release was not only spiritually and with anything we need to let go of going into this full moon, but also with just that energy from the day. And here we have warning. Oh, we have warning again. All right, self-interest. Okay, something about us looking out for our own self-interest and not being part of the crew, the collective, the family, whatever it might be. Let me pull one more, or see if there's one more, I should say. Felt like almost another one was going to come out, and that one popped out. Anyway, so these crows have been interesting this week. And there it is. Territory. Okay. So there may be some issues that you have around your home, your work, your job. You know, when you think of territory, obviously as you see it in the light of the crow, they have this imaginary line between the neighborhoods or between the city of which is theirs and what belongs to another group. And obviously down here, it's not so much. It could be neighbors, it could be jobs, it could be the boundaries. I'm going to use the word territory in exchange, or boundaries in exchange for the word territory. And also with self-interest and the warning, there might be some issues around boundaries. Maybe you feel like you need to take care of yourself over others, or maybe others are sort of taking care of themselves and not including you. I'm not quite sure where that will go, but you know what? Those are the oracles giving us some information about potential themes around us for the weekend. So keep that in mind. And here we go. Let's pull some messages from Pathfinder Tarot. And if need be, we'll clarify, and we'll finish with some archangels for the day. It's a really quick read, just a check-in. Don't forget, your moon readings should be finished by the weekend if they're not finished already. And I'll be working on the new moon because that is an eclipse, so it's going to take a little bit longer. But after that, I'm going to announce the contest for the upcoming solstice free read, and you need to be a subscriber, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. And here we have the Hermit going into the weekend, taking a little retreat time, maybe in our higher mind, some rest, recuperation, also meditation in some respects. Thank you. Queen of Wands as the challenge. Ace of Swords, advice from Spirit. There's that thought coming forward. Two of Swords with a decision. Judgment. Clarifying Hierophant with the Queen of Wands. Wow, there's a lot of major arcana court cards. All right. Okay, thank you. Two of Wands and Two of Cups. Okay, lots of twos. So this self-interest, warning, and territory here already to me is feeling, it's feeling a little couple-ish to me, or partnership, or relationship, however you want to refer to that. You have the two, and the two. Two of Wands, Two of Swords, Two of Cups. All right, let's start with this. This is our energy here. Our energy here is looking for a judgment, looking to make a decision, looking to ascend, and we're spending some time in hermit mode. Now, normally I would not say necessarily, oh my gosh, this lighting is terrible. Hold on one second for me. I'm hoping that will take some of this glare away. The sun is out and it's absolutely gorgeous, but it tends to leave too much of a glare. So here we go. Hermit, judgment, right? Taking time out in order to review, rest, recuperate, recover, spending time with our higher self. This judgment is also the higher angels, spirit, the universe, allowing us to ascend and align with our higher self. Announcements are made, decisions are made, right? Because Gabriel blows the horn, brings in the announcements, lets us know what's going on, raises the dead, so to speak. You can look at it in 100 different ways. I mean, this is the card of Passover and Jesus, depending on where you sit, if you're very religious in that regard. So, I mean, you can be identifying it in those ways. In another way, what I'm looking at here is you're really in contemplative time out. And it's highly spiritual because you have Judgment, Hermit, and the Hierophant here. And the Hierophant and the challenge position along with the Queen of Wands, right? Here is that passionate energy along with a decision maker, someone who is a ruler, can be in the religious sense with the Pope, those who would set down the rules and commandments and things of that sort that the flock follows. But it also represents a hierarchy or governmental bosses, the head of the family, any number of ways. It's also considered a faith card. And so while you're in this process of reviewing things and looking to make a decision or to move forward, you are in this faith moment that is a challenge for you, and also the passion or the impetus to move forward with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is the actioning queen, and she does so with emotion, obviously, because the queens are much more nurturing, intuitive, caring than a king would be. However, male or female does not matter. It's just the archetype of the card. So this would represent the divine feminine of the highest type in the Wands suite, right? The advice from Spirit, though, is the Ace of Swords, clarity of thought coming through, a victory for you, a new beginning, a gift from the universe. And it's in thought, in something that's going to, thought, communication, air energy, right? Email, a document that may come in with the Hierophant here. And the Two of Wands is here to remind you that you have the power to make the decision. And why I say that is, yes, it's a decision card, but it's also a path card. And I refer to that in the respect that you have the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is gifted to you from the universe, right? The Two of Wands, you're holding it in reserve, deciding on how you're going to use that power. How are you going to proceed ahead? What is the next best step for you? This is from a power position as opposed to a conflict or just something in your head trying to make a choice either way, which is the case with the Two of Swords. So with the Ace of Swords being here and the Two of Wands saying, hey, don't forget, you're going to get this message, this information is going to come through. You have the power and you hold the Ace of Swords in order to move forward. The Ace of Wands and or wands are always the action, moving, inspiration, momentum, right? Think of a fire and how it burns and it creeps along once it gets started. Now, you can make the choice, and that is the outcome from Spirit, that you will make the decision with the Two of Swords here. And I feel like it has to do with this relationship with the Two of Cups. Are you going into this relationship? Or are you leaving this relationship? It can be either way. I'm not seeing it one way or another. I do see that someone may, with this warning and you having to make a decision, someone has crossed a territory. Someone has crossed a boundary, or perhaps it is you. And in your own self-interest, because you feel like this is the best thing for me, my family, my work, my whatever, I need to make this decision and move forward. And there can be a lot with the warning, a lot of back and forth choices. Now what do I do? Where do I go? How do I proceed? Or the warning could come in and let you know that you're going to be in this situation where you're going to be advised to make a decision in your own self-interest or for the self-interest of those around you. All right, I'm going to pull a couple others here. Interesting reading for the weekend. These crows have not disappointed, that's for sure. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, Three of Wands. You're going to be moving on, though. Three of Wands, making the choice, moving on. And if you're not leaving a situation, you're moving it forward in a different direction. It's Wands energy. This generally can mean travel, though, and leaving. But it can also be after all the decisions have been placed in front of you and you've spent this time in contemplation, that you're moving forward, with maybe in the same space, but you're setting up new rules. You're setting up a new way of doing things. This is how it's going to be, kind of energy. It's okay, though, because look, Nine of Pentacles. Independent, feeling safe, secure, abundant, on top of your game. Nobody messes with you. Look at that boss energy, as I was saying there. You will make sure that you and yours and whatever that territory / boundary that it was crossed needs to be in your self-interest. You will take care of business with that Nine of Pentacles. This is extremely independent, very entrepreneurial, self-made people, or those who are able to take a situation and turn it to their advantage to get those things that they value. And I want you to look at this. It's not a crow, but look at on the top of that light post here. I've got the wrong finger here, right here. There's a bird. There's a little bit of a synchronicity there. And here we have Seven of Pentacles. So here is another choice card. And this is a card with this, again, the Ace of Wands, Two of Wands. Even though it's Pentacles, what I'm going to say here is, this is a harvest card, a decision about whether you stay or whether you go. Do you allow something to grow on the vine? Do you remove it, take your bounty, and move forward? This is definitely the energy of this territory and the self-interest. And, once you make the decision and you're in your movement and you have reclaimed your independence with the Nine of Pentacles, Four of Swords, nice, restful, relaxation, time to chill out, right? Rest becomes yours. Here you are again with the Hermit. Yeah. Nobody's going to get over on you. You will have the faith and action this, because you will receive the information you need. You will receive it. You will be in this judgment, hermit mode. You will be passing judgment on whatever it is so that you can move forward. Yeah. Okay. That's all I have for that. I'm going to give you some numbers and then get you an archangel. This is going to resonate differently with everyone. So, if it's not with a personal relationship, it could be in a family. It could definitely be at work too. So you take it either way. All right, so we have 9 and 9 right off the jump, and then of course 2, 2, 2, 2. So that's 4 2s. That's all about relationships and partnerships, right? And then we have oh no, we do not. Okay, that's a 7. Never mind. I was going to say I thought we had 2 4s, but that's a 7. So you're all about the 9 and the 9, and then of course the 4 2s. Look up the number 2 and see what that is, and then add the 4 2s for an angel or spirit meaning, and you'll see further insight into the numbers and what this message is. Archangel Christine, accept the Christ light, act with wisdom and loving compassion. It's a beautiful angel. Archangel Dorenka, hone your psychic abilities, see through illusion. And here is, I was saying it felt very spiritual. I don't want to go religion. I want to say stick with spiritual. Christ is an ascended master, right? As opposed to Christ in the church. So we want to keep it in that, wherever it applies to you. But we have judgment, faith, and hermit here. And I was really feeling this intuition, in this connection to spirit. Hone your psychic abilities, see through illusion. Again, with this territory warning and self-interest, someone may be trying to pull the wool over your eyes, and you know it. You know it, you feel it, you sense it, and you're going to, spend some time, and then you will take action on it. Archangel Gabriel, shimmer with diamond light, express your creativity. I love this. Now these all just jumped out in a clump, so we're going to go with them all. Choose harmonious responses, act with wisdom and grace with Archangel Samael. Choose harmonious responses, right? So that is, while you have all these choose and while you're making the decision, it's heavily situated and coming from a place of grace and of spiritual connectedness, or at least your centeredness, right? So we're not going to go blow up. We don't see towers. You don't see any cards here that are like, I'm just ripping this apart and we're going to call it a day. It is definitely in you hold the power. It will be a thought for you, and grace and centeredness with grace is definitely a way of handling. Oh my gosh, Archangel Michael, stand in your power. Be true to yourself. Archangel Michael, he could be coming. There's the Ace of Swords right there. Archangel Michael, stand in your power and be true to yourself in this territory, in this self-interest, in these announcements, in making your decisions. What's best for you if it is moving on. But that Nine of Pentacles and Archangel Michael, very powerful self-interest. And that's not a bad word, because sometimes if you're not defending yourself, who is going to? So this feels very centered, individual, empowered energy that you will be embodying while you make these decisions, because gosh, don't you have them. Wands, swords, cups, both twos, gifted with the Ace of Swords. Have faith, though. This is the one thing. Have faith. Okay. I'm going to leave it there for the weekend. Let me know how that resonates. In the meantime, I wish you love and abundance, and I will speak with you all next week. Bye for now.